I never thought I'd be the type of woman to press her ear against a door and eavesdrop on her own husband. Yet here I am, heart pounding, listening to the people I trusted most plot my destruction over afternoon tea. My name is Morgan, and 3 months ago, I was a successful investigative journalist with a loving husband and a trust fund that made me financially independent. Now? According to the whispers floating through this mahogany door, I'm unstable, hysterical, and a danger to herself. The doctors I spoke with agree she needs immediate intervention. Elizabeth's voice carries through, precise and cold as ever. The paperwork is nearly ready. We just need to time this carefully. And you're sure this will work, Mother? Nash's voice, the same one that whispered, "I love you" this morning, now drips with calculation. The conservatorship will be granted? With her recent episodes? Absolutely. The judge will see we only want what's best for her. I press my hand against my mouth to stifle a bitter laugh. Episodes. Right. Like when I imagined finding crushed pills in my tea last week, or when I became paranoid about my missing credit cards, or how I'm delusional for questioning why my phone mysteriously resets every few days. What about her friends? Nash asks. That lawyer, Olive, already handled, Elizabeth interrupts. I've made it clear to everyone that Morgan's condition makes her prone to wild accusations. Nobody will believe her over us. The Davis family name still carries weight in this town. My fingers trace the outline of the phone in my pocket, recording every word. They don't know that Olive hasn't abandoned me at all. They don't know a lot of things. 3 days, Elizabeth continues. Dr. Wade will bring a team on Thursday morning. They'll evaluate her condition and recommend immediate institutional care. For her own good, of course. Of course, everything in this house is for my own good. The security cameras, the tracked phone, the way Nash insists on driving me everywhere because I'm too fragile to be trusted behind the wheel. Morgan? Nash's voice suddenly calls out. Darling, where are you? I step away from the door silently, years of investigative work making my movements fluid and practiced. By the time Nash finds me in the library, I'm curled up in my favorite armchair, a book open on my lap. There you are, he says, smile perfect and poisonous. Mother and I were just discussing your health. I look up, making my eyes wide and vulnerable. Oh? Is everything okay? He sits on the arm of my chair, hand settling on my shoulder. His touch makes my skin crawl, but I lean into it like I always do. We're worried about you, sweetheart. These mood swings, the paranoid thoughts. I'm fine, I whisper, playing my part. Just tired. Of course you are. His fingers stroke my hair, and I remember when that gesture used to comfort me. Why don't you take your evening tea and rest? I'll have Claire bring it up. I nod, docile and defeated. Just how they like me. Nash kisses my forehead and leaves, probably to finish plotting with his mother. I wait until his footsteps fade before pulling out my phone and sending a quick text to Olive. Thursday morning, get everything ready. The response comes instantly. Already on it, stay strong. I close my eyes and take a deep breath. 3 days. They think they have 3 days to break me, to turn me into their perfect, compliant victim. But I've spent weeks gathering evidence, building my case, and preparing for this moment. Claire appears with my tea, setting it carefully on the side table. Anything else, Mrs. Davis? I catch her eye, seeing the slight tremor in her hands. She knows what they put in my tea. She's watched them do it. No, thank you, Claire. That will be all. After she leaves, I pour the tea into the potted plant beside my chair, watching the liquid seep into the soil. Another sample for the collection. Another piece of evidence. My phone buzzes again. Olive. Detective Bruno wants to meet tomorrow. Says he found something big. I smile, just slightly, as I type back. Perfect timing. Through the window, I can see Elizabeth in her garden, pruning her precious roses with precise, cruel cuts. Nash is beside her, their heads bent together in conversation. They look so confident, so certain of their victory. 3 days. They think they're the hunters, but they have no idea they're about to become the prey. I settle back in my chair and pick up my book, the perfect picture of a docile wife waiting to be saved from herself. Let them think I'm broken. Let them think I'm weak. Thursday can't come soon enough. The tea sits innocently on my bedside table, steam rising in delicate curls. Elizabeth brought it herself tonight, her smile sharp as a razor's edge. To help you sleep, dear. You look so tired lately. I wait until her footsteps fade before pulling out the small UV light Olive gave me. Under its purple glow, tiny crystals sparkle at the bottom of the cup. Amateur work, really. They didn't even bother dissolving them properly. My phone buzzes. Olive. In position. Get ready. I slip out of bed, careful to avoid the creaky floorboard by the door. The house security system shows all cameras active, but what Elizabeth doesn't know is that I've been looping old footage for weeks. Tonight, they'll see exactly what they expect. Me, sleeping soundly in my medicated haze. The kitchen is dark when I reach it. I pull out the test strips from behind the loose baseboard where I've hidden them. 1 drop of tea, and the strip turns an alarming shade of blue. Positive for benzodiazepines. Again. Found something interesting? I nearly drop the strip. Claire stands in the doorway, her face pale in the moonlight. I've caught her watching me before, seen the conflict in her eyes. Want to help me prove it? I ask quietly. She glances over her shoulder, then steps forward. They did this before, to another woman. Sophia? Claire's eyes widen. How did you— I'm good at my job, Claire. Or at least I was before Nash decided I needed to focus on my health instead of my career. She pulls something from her pocket, a small notebook. I've been keeping track. Dates, times, conversations. I thought maybe someone should know the truth. Before I can respond, footsteps echo down the hall. Claire vanishes through the service door, but not before sliding the notebook across the counter to me. Morgan? Nash's voice, honey-sweet with concern. What are you doing up, darling? I slipped the notebook into my robe pocket. Couldn't sleep. Thought some water might help. He comes up behind me, arms sliding around my waist. Once, this embrace meant safety. Now it feels like chains. You didn't drink your tea? Mother will be disappointed. I was just about to take it up. Let me help you. He reaches for a fresh cup, but I stop him. No need. The one upstairs is fine. His smile tightens just slightly. It's probably cold by now. Fresh is better. I like it cold. We stare at each other, the pretense of normalcy stretching thin. Finally, he steps back. Whatever makes you happy, sweetheart. Just make sure you drink it all. Doctor's orders. I wait until he's gone before texting Olive. Got it. Claire came through. The response is immediate. Bruno's running background on the doctor now. Something's not right with his credentials. I sneak back upstairs, the notebook heavy in my pocket. Nash is in his study, phone pressed to his ear. Yes, Mother, she's being difficult again. No, she'll drink it, yes, I'm sure. Yes. In our bedroom, I pull out the notebook and start reading. Claire's neat handwriting details everything. Dates they started tampering with my tea, conversations about my deteriorating mental state, meetings with Dr. Wade. But it's the last page that makes my blood run cold. A photocopy of a check made out to Dr. Wade, dated 6 months before I started showing symptoms. They'd been planning this for months before they even started drugging me. My phone lights up. Olive again. Meet tomorrow, 2 p.m. Bring everything you've got. Bruno found something big. I hide the notebook with my other evidence and climb back into bed. The tea still sits there, mocking me. I grab the cup and head to the bathroom, dumping it into a collection bottle. Another sample for the police. Nash comes in just as I'm flushing the toilet. the empty cup in my hand. Feeling better, darling? Much. I give him my best drowsy smile. That tea really helps. He tucks me in like a child, kisses my forehead. Sleep well, sweetheart. Tomorrow's another day. Yes, it is. And it's one day closer to Thursday. After Nash falls asleep, I lie awake, listening to his steady breathing. My hand drifts to my stomach, still flat, but holding a secret they don't know about. A secret I'd confirmed just days before discovering their plot. My ticket to freedom isn't just about justice anymore. It's about protecting a future they'll never control. My phone lights up one last time. Detective Bruno. Found the connection. Wade's license was revoked in 3 states. Meeting tomorrow crucial. I close my eyes, letting Nash believe his drugs have worked their magic. Let them think they're winning. Let them think tomorrow is just another day of watching me slip further into their trap. Tomorrow we start dismantling their carefully constructed web, and they won't see it coming until it's too late. Elizabeth's office has always been off limits, a sanctuary of mahogany and secrets where even Nash rarely ventures. But today, while she's at her charity board meeting and Nash is handling business matters, I have 45 minutes to find what I need. The lockpick's Olive got me make quick work of the door. Inside, everything screams control, files arranged with military precision, labels perfectly aligned. It takes me less than 2 minutes to find what I'm looking for, a thick binder labeled Morgan Health Timeline. My hands shake as I open it. The first entry is dated 3 months before our wedding. Subject displays concerning patterns of independence and resistance to family guidance. Elizabeth's precise handwriting notes. Recommended course, gradual isolation and chemical intervention after marriage. I snap photos of every page, my stomach churning. There are detailed accounts of breakdowns I never had, violent episodes that never happened, and paranoid delusions I never experienced. All documented by Dr. C. Hunt. My phone buzzes. Olive. Elizabeth just arrived at the board meeting, 38 minutes left. I move faster. The next drawer reveals emails between Nash and Dr. Wade. One catches my eye. Process same as Sophia. Start slow. Build evidence. When time comes, Judge Thompson owes me a favor. Sophia. The name hits like a punch to the gut. I'd seen it before in Claire's notebook, but here it is in black and white. Another drawer, another file, this one older, labeled simply SR. Inside, I find a letter in Nash's handwriting. Sophia, I know you think what happened was cruel, but it was necessary. The shares are safer in family hands. Perhaps when you're better, we can discuss visitation. Until then, know this was all for your own good. My phone buzzes again. Claire. Elizabeth left meeting early, coming home. Get out now. I quickly photograph the letter, return everything exactly as I found it, and slip out. I'm barely back in the library when I hear the front door open. Morgan? Elizabeth's voice carries up the stairs. Are you awake, dear? I grab my book, muss my hair, and curl up in my chair. In here, I call out, making my voice slightly slurred. She appears in the doorway, immaculate as always. Did you take your afternoon tea? Claire brought it up. The lie comes easily now. I'm just very tired. Poor dear. She crosses the room, pressing a cool hand to my forehead. Perhaps we should call Dr. Wade. You seem quite out of sorts. No. I catch myself, soften my voice. No, I'm fine, just need rest. If you're sure. Her smile doesn't reach her eyes. Nash will be home soon. He's very concerned about you. After she leaves, I pull out my phone and text Olive. Found it. Everything. Sophia, Wade, the judge. Meeting now? Bruno's office, back entrance. I'll have a car waiting. Getting out is easier than it should be. Elizabeth's in her study, Nash isn't home yet, and Claire creates a convenient distraction by dropping a tray of tea service. Detective Bruno's office is small but secure. He locks the door behind us as I spread out the photos. Jesus, he mutters, examining the evidence. They've done this before, multiple times. Olive picks up the Sophia letter. We found her, living in Oregon under a new name. She's willing to testify. That's not all, Bruno says, pulling out a file. Wade's not even a real doctor. He's a con man who specializes in helping wealthy families seize control of troublesome relatives' assets. He's been investigated in 3 states, but the families involved always had enough influence to bury it. Not this time, I say, my voice hard. This time we bury them. My phone buzzes. Nash. Where are you? Mother says you wandered off. I'm worried. I show them the message. Olive's face hardens. We need to move faster. They're getting suspicious. Tomorrow, Bruno says. I can have the warrants ready by morning, but you'll have to go back tonight, Morgan. Keep playing their game just a little longer. I text Nash back. Sorry, needed air. Coming home now. Be careful. Olive squeezes my hand. One wrong move. I know. I gather my things. But they've had their last tea party. When I get home, Nash is waiting in the foyer. Where were you? Walking. In the garden. I sway slightly. The medicine makes me confused sometimes. His face softens with fake concern. Mother's right. You need more help than we can give at home. But don't worry, we've made arrangements. Arrangements? Dr. Wade is bringing some colleagues on Thursday. They'll help you get better. I let my eyes fill with tears. You'll visit me? Of course, darling. He kisses my forehead. Now, let's get you your evening tea. I follow him to the kitchen, watching him prepare the tea with practiced care. Tomorrow, I think, watching him stir in the crushed pills. Tomorrow, you learn what it feels like to be the one trapped. The call to Sophia comes through at exactly midnight. Her voice is steady, but I can hear the trauma lingering beneath her words. I never thought he'd do it again, she says. When I saw your message, God, it's like reliving a nightmare. Tell me everything, I whisper, huddled in my bathroom with the shower running to mask our conversation. It started the same way, the tea, the constant concern. Then the episodes they claimed I had. She takes a shaky breath. I was developing a tech startup, worth millions. Nash was an early investor. And they took it all. Every share, every penny. The judge gave them complete control while I was away. By the time I got out, they'd liquidated everything. My hand instinctively goes to my stomach. How did you escape? A nurse. She helped me get word to my brother, but by then, she pauses. Morgan, they're not just going to commit you. They're going to break you. Not this time. I share the evidence we've gathered. We're building a case. Would you testify? Try and stop me. After we hang up, I check my hidden camera feed. Nash is in his study, on the phone. I switch on the audio. Everything's set for Thursday, Mother. Yes, the facility is very discreet. No, she doesn't suspect. Of course I've arranged a proper cover story. A knock at the bathroom door makes me jump. Morgan? Nash calls out. You've been in there a while. Are you all right? I flush the toilet quickly. Just feeling a bit sick. Open the door, darling. I do, making sure to look pale and unsteady. His hands immediately go to my face, checking for fever. The concern in his eyes would be convincing if I hadn't heard him plotting moments ago. Perhaps we should call Dr. Wade, he suggests. Have him come earlier. No. I grab his arm, playing into his narrative of the desperate, unstable wife. Please, I just need rest. You promised Thursday. You promised. His smile is sympathetic and cold. Of course, darling. Let's get you to bed. Later, after Nash falls asleep, my phone lights up with messages. Olive. Bruno got the warrants. All set for Thursday. Claire. Elizabeth's meeting Wade tomorrow. Garden Cafe, 2 p.m. Detective Bruno. Recording devices in place. Don't let them change the timeline. I slip out of bed and retrieve my burner phone from its hiding place behind a loose baseboard. There's one message waiting. Target confirmed. Wade meeting contact tonight at Marina Hotel. Surveillance in place. I text back. Get everything. The next morning, Nash is unusually cheerful. I'm planning a little trip for us, he announces over breakfast. After Thursday, once you're settled in, somewhere peaceful to help you recover. That sounds nice, I murmur, pushing around the eggs I won't eat. Where? It's a surprise, he kisses my head. Mother and I have everything arranged. I bet you do, I think, watching him leave for work. The moment his car disappears, I'm on the phone with Bruno. Wade's meeting went exactly as we hoped, he says. Got him on tape discussing illegal prescriptions, falsified medical records, everything. But Morgan, there's more. What? He's not just planning to commit you. There's talk of moving you overseas to a private facility in a country with looser medical laws. My blood runs cold. They're going to make me disappear. Not gonna happen, Bruno growls. We've got enough to move now if you want. No. I think of Sophia, of the other women they've destroyed. Thursday, let them think they've won, then we take everything. That night, I pretend to sleep while Nash makes a call he thinks I can't hear. Up the dosage tomorrow, he tells Wade. We need her completely compliant for transport. Yes, I know it's dangerous. Just do it. The money's already in your account. I record every word, adding it to our evidence. My phone buzzes silently under my pillow. Olive. Sophia landed. She's safe at my place. Everything's ready. I close my eyes, feeling Nash slide back into bed. His hand strokes my hair, a gesture that once meant love but now screams possession. Soon, he whispers, thinking I'm asleep. Soon you'll be exactly where you belong. Yes, I think, remembering the weight of evidence against him, the testimonies waiting to be heard, the authorities standing by. Soon everyone will be exactly where they belong. Tomorrow, they'll drug my tea and watch me fade. They'll finalize their plans and congratulate themselves on their perfect trap. But the day after that, that's when they learn what it feels like to be the ones caught in a cage of their own making. Elizabeth's annual garden party is a masterpiece of passive-aggressive warfare disguised as charity. Today, she's parading me around like a fragile doll, her hand firmly on my elbow as she introduces me to her society friends. Morgan's been having such a difficult time lately, she tells them, voice dripping with manufactured concern. We're just thankful we caught the signs early. I smile vaguely, playing my part. The white sundress she insisted I wear makes me look appropriately delicate, while the extra sedatives in my morning tea should have me barely functional. Should have. Elizabeth, a woman in an enormous hat waves from near the roses. The caterers need you. The moment she releases my arm, I move. 30 seconds to disable the security camera near the back door, 15 to slip inside, 45 to reach her office. Working fast today, Claire whispers, appearing beside me with a set of keys. Security loop is running. I take the keys. How long? 10 minutes. I'll create a distraction if needed. Elizabeth's office feels different in daylight. I go straight to her computer, plugging in the USB drive Olive gave me. Years of investigative journalism taught me to work quickly, methodically. Files copy, emails download. A hidden folder labeled Financial Arrangements proves particularly interesting. Morgan? I freeze. Kayla Hunt, the nurse who helped Sophia escape years ago, stands in the doorway. She's holding a manila envelope. Test results, she says quietly, stepping inside. From the lab. The tea samples you sent? They found more than just sedatives. I take the envelope. How bad? Bad enough for attempted murder charges if they'd succeeded with the dosage they planned for Thursday. Footsteps in the hallway. Kayla slips out one door as I duck behind a curtain. Elizabeth and Nash pass by, their voices carrying clearly. Everything's prepared? Elizabeth asks. Wade's team will be here at dawn. The private plane is fueled and waiting. Once she's sedated, their voices fade. I check my watch. 2 minutes left. Back at the party, I play my role perfectly. Confused, distracted, weak. Elizabeth beams with satisfaction when I nearly drop my teacup. "Perhaps you should rest, dear," she suggests. "The excitement seems too much." "Just one more moment," I murmur. "The roses are so lovely." Near the garden wall, I spot Claire talking to a woman I recognize from Bruno's surveillance photos, Wade's assistant. Their conversation looks intense. My phone buzzes. Olive. "Documents received. Bruno says it's more than enough." Another buzz. Detective Bruno. "Wade's assistant flipped, wants to make a deal." I sway slightly, letting Elizabeth guide me inside. "You're right," I tell her. "I should lie down." "Of course, dear. Nash, help your wife upstairs." His arm around my waist feels like a snake coiling around its prey. In our bedroom, he tucks me in like a child. "Rest now," he soothes. "Tomorrow's a big day." The moment he leaves, Claire slips in through the servant's entrance. "The assistant," she whispers. "She gave me this." She hands me a phone, Wade's burner phone. The text messages make my hands shake. "Transport confirmed. Overseas facility ready. No visitors allowed first 6 months. Permanent solution discussed." They're not planning to ever let me out, are they? Claire shakes her head. "There's more. I found travel documents in Elizabeth's desk. One-way tickets to a private medical compound in a country with no extradition treaty." My phone lights up. "Bruno. Got everything. Last chance to move early." I text back. "No, let them think they've won. Tomorrow morning, they lose everything." Claire squeezes my hand. "Be careful. They're getting impatient. Elizabeth's already packed your hospital bag." After she leaves, I lie in bed, listening to Nash and Elizabeth talk downstairs. Their voices float up through the air vent, confident and casual, discussing my fate like they're planning a vacation. "The facility is absolutely secure," Elizabeth says. "No phones, no internet, no visitors without approval. She'll be perfectly contained." "And the trust fund?" "Transfers to your control the moment she's declared incompetent, which, given Wade's evaluation tomorrow, is guaranteed." I touch my stomach again, thinking of the life growing inside me, my secret weapon, my true escape plan. They think tomorrow they're locking me away forever. Instead, they're about to learn what it feels like to lose everything they thought they controlled. My phone buzzes one final time. "Olive. Everything's set. Get some rest. Tomorrow, we end this." I close my eyes, letting them think their drugs have won. Let them celebrate tonight. Let them sleep peacefully in their beds of lies. Tomorrow, dawn brings more than just their fake doctors. Tomorrow, justice wakes up. The night before my supposed commitment feels surreal. Nash hovers around me like a concerned husband, adjusting my pillows, bringing me the tea I'll never drink. "Just a few sips, darling," he coaxes, holding the cup to my lips. "It'll help you sleep." I take the smallest possible sip, letting it pool in my mouth before discreetly spitting it into a tissue when he turns away. The hidden camera in my bedside lamp records everything. "I'm scared," I whisper, playing my part one last time. What if I never get better?" "Don't worry about anything." He strokes my hair, and I fight the urge to recoil. "Mother and I have arranged everything. The facility is very exclusive." My phone buzzes. Elizabeth. Coming up to say goodnight. I quickly text Olive. "They're both here. Start recording." Elizabeth appears in her silk robe, perfectly coiffed even at this hour. "How's our patient?" "Drowsy," Nash reports. "The extra dose is working." I let my eyes flutter, speech slurring. "Everything's spinning." "Perfect," Elizabeth murmurs, then louder. "Just rest, dear. Tomorrow will be better." They think I'm too far gone to hear them talking by the door. "The team arrives at 6, Elizabeth whispers. Wade assured me she'll be completely compliant after tonight's dose. And the plane? Fueled and waiting. Once she's secured, you'll have full access to the trust fund. And no one will question a tragic mental break requiring specialized care abroad who would dare challenge us. They leave, confident in their victory. The moment the door clicks shut, I'm on my phone. Got it all, Olive texts. Bruno says it's the final nail we needed. I slip out of bed, retrieving the last pieces of evidence from their hiding places. The recordings, the tampered tea samples, the falsified medical records, everything that proves their careful conspiracy. Claire appears through the servant's door, silent as a ghost. Security cameras are looped. Elizabeth's in her room, Nash in his study. The team? Parked 3 blocks away. Detective Bruno has everyone in position. I hand her a sealed envelope. If anything goes wrong tomorrow, it won't. She squeezes my hand, but I'll make sure this reaches the right people. After she leaves, I hear Nash on the phone in his study, voice carrying through the air vent. Everything's ready. Yes, increase the dose if needed. No, she won't resist. The plane leaves at noon. My phone lights up with messages. Bruno. Team's in place. Remember, let them make the first move. Olive. Sophia's testimony recorded. Judge signed all warrants. Kayla. Medical team standing by. Don't let them give you anything. I place the final hidden camera, angled perfectly to capture the doorway where tomorrow's drama will unfold. Then I return to bed, lying awake in the darkness. Nash comes in around midnight, checking on me. I regulate my breathing, playing deeply sedated. He makes a call. Mother? She's out cold. Yes, completely. The team knows what to do. No, she won't remember anything. At 2 a.m., Elizabeth peers in. I hear her satisfied sigh as she sees me unconscious. At 4, Claire brings me a message. Cars approaching, Wade's team doing early surveillance. I text Bruno. They're here early. Ready? All units in position. Play along until they make their move. Dawn breaks, painting the room in grey light. I hear movements downstairs, multiple people trying to be quiet. Nash enters, already dressed. Time to wake up, darling. The doctors are here to help you. I let him help me sit up, swaying deliberately. Doctors? Yes, remember? We discussed this. They're going to make you better. Elizabeth appears, immaculate as always. The team is ready. Shall we? Nash helps me stand, supporting most of my weight. I stumble, playing the perfect drugged victim. That's it, he soothes. Just a few steps. We reach the top of the stairs. Below, I see men in medical uniforms, equipment bags ready. Wade stands among them, looking professional and concerned. Good morning, Morgan, he says smoothly. Ready to get better? I let my head loll, mumbling incoherently. Nash tightens his grip. The car's waiting, Elizabeth says. Everything's prepared. Yes, I think, watching Wade approach with a loaded syringe. Everything is prepared, just not the way you planned. My phone buzzes one final time in my robe pocket. Bruno, showtime. I take a deep breath, ready for the performance of my life. Let them think they've won. Let them take those first damning steps. The trap is set. Now it's time to watch them walk right into it. Wade approaches with the syringe, his fake medical concern perfectly practiced. Just a mild sedative to help with the transfer, he soothes. Please, I whimper, letting tears fall. Nash, don't let them. It's for your own good, darling. Nash's grip tightens on my arm. Mother and I only want what's best. Elizabeth stands by the stairs, watching with satisfaction. Quick now, before the neighbors wake. The needle touches my arm. That's when I straighten up and say clearly, Detective Bruno, now. The front door crashes open. Police flood in from every entrance, weapons drawn. Wade drops the syringe, trying to run, but he's tackled immediately. What is the meaning of this? Elizabeth demands. But her voice cracks as Detective Bruno enters, warrant in hand. Nash tries to pull me behind him. My wife is unwell, officers. These doctors are here to... These aren't doctors, Bruno cuts in. And your wife isn't unwell, but you're all under arrest. Elizabeth's composure shatters. You have no right. We're trying to help her. Help her? Olive strides in, files in hand. By drugging her? Falsifying medical records? Planning to ship her to an illegal facility abroad? Nash releases me, backing away. Morgan, darling, you're confused. Actually, I say, my voice strong and clear, I'm thinking more clearly than ever. More officers enter, leading in Sophia. Nash goes pale. You remember me? Sophia's smile is razor sharp. Surprise. Elizabeth lunges for her phone, but Claire appears, holding it up. Looking for this? I already sent copies of everything to the police. Claire? Elizabeth gasps. You betrayed us? No, Claire says firmly. I chose to do the right thing. Wade's being led out in handcuffs, babbling about deals and evidence. His medical team are face down on the floor, their fake credentials scattered around them. Morgan, Nash tries one last time. Whatever you think you know. I pull out my phone, playing the recording from last night. His voice fills the room. Once she's secured in the facility, transfer the trust fund. No, she won't remember anything. You have the right to remain silent, Bruno says, cuffing him. I strongly suggest you use it. Elizabeth's face contorts with rage. You ungrateful little... She lunges at me, but Olive steps between us. Careful, Olive warns. Assaulting my client will just add charges. More evidence emerges as police search the house. The fake medical documents, the drug T samples, the overseas transfer papers. Elizabeth's carefully constructed plan crumbles around her. You planned this, she spits as officers lead her away. You manipulated us. No, I say calmly. I just learned from the best. Nash struggles against his cuffs. The judge will never believe you. We have connections. Your connections won't help, Bruno interrupts. Judge Thompson confessed to everything this morning. He's cooperating. I watch as they're led away. These people who thought they owned me. Elizabeth's perfect hair is mussed. Nash's confident smile replaced by fear. Wade sobs about his medical license while his fake team begs for deals. The house is clear, an officer reports. Found the surveillance equipment, the drugs, everything exactly where you said it would be. Olive hugs me. It's over. You did it. We did it. I correct her, watching police cars fill the driveway. Neighbors peer from windows, watching the perfect Davis family's facade crumble. Claire hands me a final piece of evidence, Elizabeth's personal diary, detailing years of similar schemes. There were others, she says quietly. Many others. Not anymore, Bruno assures us. This ends today. From the police car, Elizabeth screams accusations at Nash, at Wade, at everyone but herself. Nash stares straight ahead, his world of privilege and power evaporating. I stand in the doorway of what was supposed to be my prison, one hand on my stomach. Sophia joins me, her own healing evident in her stance. How does it feel? She asks. Like waking up, I answer. Olive appears with paperwork. The emergency court order just came through. The house and all assets are frozen. You're safe. I watch the police cars pull away, carrying my would-be jailers to real cells. The morning sun feels warmer somehow, brighter. Ready to go? Olive asks gently. I look back at the house one last time. The perfect prison with its perfect roses and poisoned teacups. Yes, I say, stepping into the sunlight. I'm ready. Behind me, Claire begins packing up evidence. Bruno coordinates with his teams. And somewhere, in a cell, Elizabeth and Nash are learning what it truly means to be trapped. But I'm free. And this time, they're the ones who won't be getting out anytime soon. The courtroom falls silent as the judge reviews the final evidence. Elizabeth sits ramrod straight, her designer outfit unable to hide her defeat. Nash slumps beside her, his handsome facade cracked beyond repair. The evidence in this case is overwhelming, the judge declares. Multiple counts of conspiracy, attempted unlawful imprisonment, drug-related charges, financial fraud. I squeeze Olive's hand as the sentences are read. Elizabeth, 15 years. Nash, 12 years. Wade, 10 years with additional charges pending in other states. Their network of fake doctors and corrupt officials. Various sentences, all significant. Elizabeth stands, her composure finally shattering. This is absurd. We were helping her. Morgan, tell them. Mrs. Davis, the judge cuts in sharply. Your delusions of helping anyone end today. Bailiff, remove the defendants. As they're led away, Nash tries one last time. Morgan, please. I loved you. No, I say clearly, my voice carrying across the courtroom. You loved controlling me. There's a difference. Outside, reporters crowd the steps. Sophia stands with other survivors, women and men who came forward after the arrests, sharing similar stories of the Davis family's help. Morgan, a reporter pushes forward. How did you uncover the conspiracy? They thought I was weak, I answer simply. That was their mistake. Back at the estate, now mine by court order, movers are clearing out Elizabeth's precious antiques. Each piece will be sold, the proceeds split among the victims. Claire helps me pack Elizabeth's office, her meticulous notes now evidence in dozens of cases. Look what I found, she says, holding up the tea set used to drug me. Perfect evidence for the museum exhibit, I reply. She raises an eyebrow. Museum? The house is being converted into a resource center for survivors of domestic abuse and financial fraud. The tea set will help tell the story. Detective Bruno arrives with more files. Wade's singing like a bird. Gave up 3 more corrupt judges and a network of fake facilities. Your case broke open dozens more. Good. I hand him Elizabeth's address book. Check every name. No one else gets hurt by these people. Olive enters with paperwork. The trust fund is fully restored plus damages. And the Davis family's assets? Being liquidated as we speak, Bruno confirms. They'll have nothing left to manipulate anyone with. In the garden, I find Sophia staring at Elizabeth's prized roses. Thinking of keeping them? She asks. No. I gesture to the workers removing them. Planting a vegetable garden instead. The resource center will teach self-sufficiency. Fitting. She smiles. Trading beauty for substance. My phone buzzes with a message from the fertility clinic. The latest tests confirm what I've known. My baby is healthy, growing strong, a new life, free from the Davis legacy. You never told them, did you? Olive asks, noticing my hand on my stomach. About the baby? They didn't deserve to know. I watch the roses being uprooted. This child will never know their poison. The last of Elizabeth's belongings go into boxes marked evidence. Nash's study, once his sanctuary of secrets, is being converted into a counseling room. The kitchen where they drugged my tea will become a teaching space. The first support group meets next week, Claire announces, reviewing the center's schedule. We already have a waiting list. They said I needed rest, I tell her, watching the transformation around us. But I've never felt more energized. Bruno returns with news. Elizabeth and Nash are being transferred to separate facilities. No contact allowed between them. Their empire of control is truly finished. In what was once their perfect parlor, survivors gather to share stories and strength. The walls that once trapped us now shelter those seeking freedom. Ready for the final touch? Olive asks, holding up a new plaque for the entrance. I read the text. The Phoenix Center, rising from ashes, building new wings. Perfect, I say, watching her hang it. The sun sets through windows now free of surveillance cameras. The gardens shed their ornamental facade for practical beauty, and in every room, the whispers of the past fade against voices of hope. My phone fills with messages from other survivors, each one breaking free, finding strength, rebuilding. The Davis family's legacy of control dies while something stronger grows in its place. They said I was unstable, I tell Sophia as we watch the day end. They never realized their perfect prison would become a sanctuary. And you? She asks. What now? I look around at the house transformed, at the life growing inside me, at the future unfolding free from manipulation and fear. Now? I smile. Now I'm exactly where I need to be, wide awake and finally truly free.